Hello! Okay, so I'm going to be posting a warm-up sheet. It's only 3 exercises, but I couldn't fall asleep last night, so I just wrote something. Uh, these exercises are inspired by 2 people. One is an old friend of mine, Sabin An, and a new friend of mine, Mark Perret, from the Grid Book series. So these exercises are based in double stops and then alternated singles. And I will be posting this PDF on my website. I'll probably post a JPEG of it on Facebook or something. But this will be up soon after I finish this live stream. Okay, so the first exercise, well, I'll start with this. I never thought about practicing double stops on snare drum, just because you automatically get that high pitched clubby sound. So I would only practice on timpani double stops, as you probably have seen on one of my videos, and mallet double stops for obvious reasons. But honestly, it's really smart, and I don't know why I never thought about doing it on snare drum, or at least on drum pad. So thanks for Mark Perret for giving me the idea. That's something he does with his program, the Grid Book series. So if you guys don't know about that, it's on Instagram. Check him out. He's really cool. Really great information that I would totally subscribe to and share with you guys. Obviously, it has to do with no tension, no unnecessary tension, making sure you're fluid and all that stuff in a marching scenario. So it's obviously I'm all like, yeah, So really good guy. He's on Instagram, the Grid Book series, and Mark Perret. And Sabin An I met at Interlochen a few years ago. Still watch her Instagram stories and things like that. Watch her practicing and all that dope stuff. So yeah, so these exercises are dedicated to those 2. Okay, now to playing. So what I would recommend with these double stops is having a hand to follow. And so the way I have it marked on the PDF, all the double stops happen on 8th notes. Cool. And then, so you'll see on the PDF a right and a left marking underneath those 8th notes. Whichever hand is on top is the one you should put your focus on. I like having the idea that both hands are still following 1, so it might be easier for you to do the double stops if you're following your right hand or if you're following your left hand. The weaker hand will be a little bit weirder. You might get like some flams in there, but really focusing in on the movement of one of the hands specifically will help the other one follow. And the hand that I have marked that you should follow is usually the one that ends up leading the alternations. So if I have you focus on the right hand, that's the one that usually leads the alternations off. When you get to the alternations though, I would suggest, and I don't have this written in the PDF, but I would suggest that you follow and really pay attention to the inner note. So if you're starting the alternation with your right, focus on the weaker hand or on the left hand, because that's the one that's going to do the double into the new double stops. So you really want to pay attention and make sure that one's not falling behind. Do the fastest. Okay. That's the fastest comfortable one I can do. Yeah, so I would recommend, following one hand for the double stops that goes into the alternations normally, and then really focusing in on the inner notes for the alternations. That was a good one. Cool? All right, so number 1 is 2 bars of 4/4, 2 bars of double stops, and then 2 bars of alternations, and then the double stops flip. So instead of focusing on the right hand the first time, then you focus on the left hand. So it'll be, turn this metronome on. I think I'm doing this at 90 beats per minute. Yep. Okay. 2, ready, go. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and alternating, 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 alternating. Now we're going to the left hand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And I'm focusing on the inner note for the double stop. And you repeat. So I'm focusing on my right hand for the right hand alternations. And the inner note for the double stop. Now left hand for the alternations. And the inner note for the last double stop. Cool. So that's number 1. So yeah, just pretty straightforward, easy to do. I would start really slow, and the slower you go, the harder it is. Because you have all this time for one hand to move a little faster than the other. So you need to make sure the right hand was a little quick that time. That was a good one. See, the slower you go, the harder it is on your brain, and you can be a lot more anal about what's going on. Because you don't have to just like, I think that was good, you know? The speed, the faster it goes, the easier it can get. Okay, so number 2 is just a shorter version of number 1. You're just doing 1 bar of double stops, 1 bar of alternations, then the next bar is the opposite hand that you're focusing on for double stops, and then 1 more bar of alternations. Cool? We're doing this at 100. Get this going, a little moving. Okay, 1, 2, and ready, and go, and. Now I'm going to focus on the left. I'm going to focus on the right. And left. Cool? Simple, right? Cool, easy. That's 2. Now, the third one. The third one's long. If you've seen my Instagram where I posted this same thing, this is what, this is the PDF version of the Instagram post. You're doing 1 bar of double stops, 1 bar of alternation, then 2 bars of double stops. Then you're doing 1 bar of alternation, 1 bar of double stops, then 2 bars of alternations. Okay? That's 1. You do that while focusing only on the right hand. And then you do it again, focusing on the left hand. Okay? So this whole time that you're doing 1 bar, alternating, 1 bar, or 2 bars, sorry. Then alternating, 1 bar, then 2 bars. That's all with the right. Now you're doing the left. And this is all focusing on the left hand. Now we go back to the right. So it's just basically you're doing 2 long segments of that. Again, doing 1 bar of double stops, 1 bar of alternation, then 2 bars of double stops, and then 1 bar of alternation, 1 bar of double stops, then 2 bars of alternation. You do that twice, and you're doing it 1 with focusing only on the right hand for the first 8 bars, I think, and then the next 8 bars is focusing on the left hand. Cool? So once you see the PDF, you'll get it. So, all right, push this up again. I'll push it up to 120. Get this moving. Okay. 1, 2, 1, 2, ready, go. Right hand. And on the alternation, focus on the inner note. Now we're going to focus on the left hand. Wasn't good. Gotta focus on the inner note, or else it won't be clean. Back to the right hand. That's a good one. Okay. Inner note. That was a good one. Left hand. Our right hand's sucking today. Inner note. Cool. All right. Cool. So those are the 3 exercises. Now, of course, it's not that simple. It's never that simple with me. So, not only do you have those 3 main exercises, you also have some rhythmic variations and stickings. Okay? So, on the bottom of the PDF, you'll see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so you'll see 6 rhythmic and sticking variations. The first one is inverted doubles, okay? So for the alternation portions of all 3 exercises, you'll insert inverted doubles, which will be either right, left, left, right, right, or left, right, right, left, left. Again, the videos switch, if you guys know about this, okay? Okay, so you do the double stops, alternating, you know, for the alternating ones, you're doing the inverted doubles. And you see where the issue can be. Yeah. So you have to practice that. And again, you want to focus, when you get to the alternation, you want to focus on the inner notes. So the left, 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 left. Left, 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 left. Something like that. Cool? Okay, so, oh, the first one, sorry. So there's 2 full bars of double stops, then 2 alternations. And left hand. So you see where the issue can be. So that's why you got to do okay, so better. I'm going to do a left hand again. Cool. So then you do that for all 3 exercises. So that's inverted doubles. The next one is also a rhythmic change. Instead of doing 16ths as I've been doing, now I'm doing like swung 16ths, and I have them written out as like 6s. So instead of doing straight, I'm doing, okay? You can see where the problem, that last double. See why I like this? Okay, so that was number 2. So okay, you got, so that was swung 16ths, which is what, okay, and that's where you have that last, so you got to practice that slow. So this is why I really like these. So thanks, Mark. Okay, and then you do the same thing, but with inverted doubles again. So you get the same. Okay, so that's something to work on for sure. Then I think we're still in sixes. Yeah, so then we do, instead of doing 16ths, now we do all sixes. So that's another rhythmic variation. And the same thing, you have that last little double. Cool? Now, now we're going to be doing the inverted doubles as sixes. So instead of, or, now we're going to do an entire 6 roll with inverted doubles. And you see where the issue is going to be, where you start having a flam instead of a double stop. It's really hard making yourself do a double stop and not a flam, okay? Because flams are like that, you know. Like, I'm so used to doing not together, doing it together. It's like harder. Oh, hi Rachel. Okay, so yeah, you gotta be really careful when you do the inverted double. And make sure you focus on the inverted one, okay? The inner note, especially off of your weaker hand. You see why I always do this. It's closer, but it's so close. That's a good one. And it really puts your brain on like heightened, because you're trying to look. There we go. Cool. So that's, so far we did inverted doubles at 16ths, and then swung singles, and then swung inverted doubles. So that's right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right. And then sixes as the alternation instead of 16ths. So instead of doing, now we're doing, okay, and then doing, good one. Okay, so that's 4. Then we did sixes as inverted doubles. Off of the left is not clean. That's clean. That's clean. Okay, I'll be good. Okay, so that's 5. Now the 6th one, it's hard. Sorry. The 6th rhythmic variation is it's kind of an inverted triple. So you're doing right, left, 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 right, 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 or left, right, 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 left, left, left. So I'm sorry. It's weird. Start slow, you'll get it. Okay. So you're doing the double stops. And then for the alternation, you're doing sixes again, but the sticking is right, left, 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 right, 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 left, 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 right, right, right. And the last one, you have to do a molar stroke to get your stick up for the double stops. So I'm gonna put the metronome on here, and put this back on 8th notes. Okay, and I'll try to do it at 90. Okay, try that. It's weird, sorry. Okay, 1, 2, 3. You see why I put it in? You can see why I put this one on here. That's right. It's not easy, especially at a slower tempo, because you're trying to like bounce it out while still maintaining the rhythm, while still like focusing in on the inner note, while getting ready for the last double stop. So because it's easy to go into like and forget that you got that was a good one. That was a bad one. So you get the idea. Okay, so yeah, that's the PDF, and those are the rhythmic variations and stickings. So I hope you like these. If nothing else, it'll be out there for people to use and to do with whatever they want. Again, I'm going to post it as soon as I post this live stream. And yeah, enjoy. Thanks again, Mark Perrett and the Grid Book series for the inspiration. And thanks for the inspiration as well, Saving On. Keep up the great work. And yeah, hope you guys like it. Let me know if, what you guys think and if you guys end up using it. All right, take care. See you soon. Bye.